Hello, everyone. Welcome to In Time. Yeah, sorry, we're still trying to collate everything. So we've been following the fires in Maui for a little while now, and it's been absolutely incredible. We covered the fires in Sicily. The temperature in Sicily got so hot that the cables, which are buried underground, started to melt. And what presumably they meant by this was, and I'll take credit for it, but it was Titan who explained it to me because I was trying to figure out how do the cables melt. But every source was saying that they melted. No, the insulation in between the cables melted, and that caused the electrical cables to make contact, cause a short, and boom. So that's what sparked the fires in Sicily. They lost water. They lost electricity. This caused water pumps to fail, and it's been just catastrophic there. And we covered all of these fires in Italy, in any number of European countries that are suffering record drought, and the U.S. has now been hit. Maui is suffering tremendously under the fires, and now we have heard that evacuations have been ordered for the entire island. Now, what happened? How did it happen? And why is it so bad? We're also going to show some footage. It's absolutely extraordinary footage. We've got even more on our Discord, but we do want to, we're going to show you some here. Now, I'm going to put in the center window here. Let's make sure that everybody can see this. So we'll, yeah, let's get the center window going here, and you'll see some footage from these fires. You'll also see the devastation we're going to show here. So this is I forget the name of the town. I do have difficulty. You can see that the town right there. We're going to show you a static image of what you're looking at. That is from yesterday. The town. Somebody. It begins with an L. I've forgotten. I apologize. This is the town about a week ago, and this is that same town today. So once again, a week ago and today. Now, the fires have been so bad that people have been jumping into the ocean to escape these fires. Hospitals are overwhelmed with burn victims. 39 people confirmed dead. The number of dead is probably significantly higher. That's just the confirmed. And they're on an island. There's nowhere to go. If you get caught by the fire, you go into the ocean or you die. Now, we do have footage also of people who managed to get to boats and have been watching the fires from these boats. The island has that they will not really be able to get these fires under control. So it's a staggering problem. Florida, I believe, has offered... No, sorry, it was California has offered its own firefighting resources. We're going to get into the difficulties with that. We've covered that in some cases before. This is actually being fueled by the hurricane. The hurricane hit just hard enough to... let's actually... What I'm going to do here is we'll show... we're going to show one video here. Let's put this up. And we'd like you to pay close attention to this. You'll notice the winds are just astonishing. It's because the winds from the hurricane have been fueling the fires and causing them to spread faster, but there's no rain from the hurricane. Maui, unfortunately, has just been hit with the winds, and this has made the fires an absolute nightmare scenario. The government in Hawaii, government in Maui in particular, have said that they were caught completely off guard and unprepared for this level of disaster. There's a number of things contributing to it. Invasive species of plants, plants that are not native, cannot tolerate the temperatures as well. They dry out faster. These plants burn a lot better, unfortunately. That's one of the problems. Climate change is obviously another one. We've been seeing more of these fires. Again, Sicily has been going through this. It's the fire is hurricane related. The hurricane has contributed to it. Yes, absolutely. It was the strong winds of the hurricane that have caused it to spread so quickly. The climate has definitely been contributing. It is hotter. It is drier. Maui has been experiencing a lower amount of rainfall than usual. That makes fires spread much faster. It's, again, very similar problems to what happened in Sicily. They also, apparently, it turns out, a number of their buildings, they tend to make buildings out of wood here, and between that and the trees, it makes, absolutely, especially as things dry out, it makes for kindling and makes this very, very difficult to stop. About all the firemen can do at this point is try to dig fire lines and slow it down so that people can evacuate. Again, record numbers of burn victims. Very hard, apparently, also to move heavy equipment that you would use in combating fires through the island. That also has been making it more difficult. We are going to show you now some footage taken from let's see, I just want to make sure. You should be able to hear the audio. If you don't, let me know. But this is footage taken from a bunch of people who managed to get to a boat just ahead of the fires and are now looking at the fire from the water.
We're done. Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No.
I'm going to see, you probably had a bit of an echo there. I'm going to try to correct that, and now it's gonna fight. Okay, there you go. We should be good there. All right, so we're also going to show you now footage of people trying to get through the flames as well, here we go. I think this is the right one. So this is, we don't know who the occupants are. We don't know if they're friends, family. We don't know. We just know they're in a car and they are trying to escape.
They're trying now. Hurry the fuck. Beat the horn, Dad. Beat the horn. What the fuck, dude? Beat the horn. Beat the horn. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Let's go. There's fire through there. Go. You just need to go, bro. Yeah, go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. What the fuck? What is this? Yeah. Just go. Yo. Damn, it's hot. Yo. Just go, Dad. We're good. Motherfucker. Off road. Quick. Yeah, we're good. Oh my god, dude. It's okay. Let's go. We're almost to the end of the mill. We're almost to the smokestack. What the fuck? Oh, we made it. We're gonna line on the road now.
All right, so obviously, absolutely terrifying, and you can hear it in their voices. These people are terrified, and we honestly don't know what happened to them. I am assuming they made it since we are seeing that footage. We don't know for certain. They could have been streaming it, but I believe that was uploaded. So my hope and belief at this point is that they've made it. Obviously, though, as they're going through it, for all they know, the last moments of their lives. 39 people are confirmed dead. It's probably significantly higher. That's just the confirmation. And again, I imagine it will be the hottest month for the United States, the hottest month for Europe, since records have been kept. But scientists now believe that, and actually I should say last month, and now believe that last month is actually going to be the hottest month in the history of the human race. That's how much things are changing. So, where is the Navy? That's a good question. I don't know how easy it is to approach these islands by boat. I assume small boats can probably do it. McMillan. We have a downtime with Commander Lance McMillan from the Navy tonight. That will be on our sister channel Overtime. It's going to be a casual hang, but I'm going to ask him. My guess would be you can't get large Navy ships in there, smaller ones maybe to evacuate, but you can only evacuate at a port. I think it's harder to. It's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't have the answer to that, but as a guess, it's not that easy to do. At any rate, they are now, for obvious reasons, attempting to evacuate the entire island. I don't know what we're going to be looking at for total damage. Like I said, about 300 firemen there total, as opposed to 11,000 on the big island. They can't get them there. They can't get the big equipment there. Even if they could, the fire is, at this point, so large. My understanding is that there's no, you need equipment to backhoes, dig trenches, build fire lines. You can't do that in this kind of environment. Everything's too close together. This kind of fire has not really been an issue before, so they simply weren't prepared for it. I don't know how much of the island we're looking at has been burned. We know at least 2 cities are gone. And you've seen, we showed the aerial of one of them, one on the eastern coast, one on the west coast. We have a lot more footage and a lot more video on our Discord if you want to go check it out. But this is now, I think, the 6th largest fire in U.S. history, and is in terms of, I mean, I don't know. I assume if like you're talking wildfires, there's probably been larger ones, but I think in terms of damage done, this is now the 6th, I think it is, and they're looking at this easily entering the top 5 before it's over. I really hope I don't have to say this. This is the United States. I shouldn't have to say it if it was Puerto Rico. I had to say it for Puerto Rico. I shouldn't have to say it for Hawaii. My wife is from New Mexico, and I remember being proud of the fact that she was in Massachusetts, highly educated state. She was getting her PhD, and she was used to education not being that highly valued, and we had talked about education as a value, and took her to my favorite restaurant. She was carded and presented her New Mexico ID, and they said she had to present an ID from the United States. They didn't accept IDs from other countries. I lost that night the argument that in Massachusetts we value education. And it's not the first time. It's also not the first time she had been told that she speaks English very well for someone from New Mexico. So, on the off chance that there's somebody listening to this who doesn't realize this is the United States. I say that in part because, unfortunately, we don't always care about things until it happens to our own clan, but also in part because we've largely considered ourselves immune to what's happening, especially in Europe, with the Rhine all but vanishing, massive droughts, massive fires. This is the U.S. It doesn't happen here. This is Maui. It's the U.S. It's an entire island, and they have to evacuate all of it. And this is just the beginning, folks. It doesn't get better from here. It doesn't get better. All right, we're going to show some more of the footage, but for those of you just joining us, an evacuation order for the entire island of Maui. 2 cities at least have been wiped out. We showed a picture of one of them. This is again, this one begins with an L. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. I should have written it down. Somebody also asked, why are we always late? Especially for these shows. One of the reasons we're late is because if information's constantly changing, and we want to make sure we bring you the current, most up-to-date information, and that it's accurate. So when I get something, I have to verify it. I double-check it before we go live. So if suddenly something changes, like so, if we're going live, something big has happened, it's often going to be late, and the reason is because we're double-checking everything. But that also means sometimes I don't write things down, and if my memory fails, so I apologize. This is that town. It's on the left. You can see a number of boats. You can see appears to be a convention center, and I think there's a photo from along this, a guy sitting in a burnt-out chair along all burnt-out cars, the whole 9 yards. This is a phenomenally fast-moving. We already showed the video why, but we're going to show that one more time in just a minute. And of course, that same area today. There's a whole bunch of debris that you can see. I may be able to magnify this a little bit. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, I'm gonna magnify this and move it down. I'm curious to know what the debris is. Yeah, so let's let me let's see. We can go in here a little bit. This is actually a very nice footage. Very nice. You can see all this debris in the water. There's red dots. I have no idea what that is. I'm curious to know. But now let's do the same thing over here. What we're going to do is take a look at, and this is the island of Maui. This is it. Same basic area. You can see there's no debris. You can, and I mean, I think it's pretty clear. Same spot. A couple days ago. Actually, I think that's last week. Let's move this to get it at least as close to... Yeah, there you go. That's, I think, the same spot there, roughly. All right. So, why is this so bad? Again, any number of problems. First, invasive species. We don't think of invasive species as being a terrible problem. In California, especially, it's a huge problem. In Maui, it's a problem. Why? It can undermine species that protect the natural environment around them. In California, they need the plants that they have there. That's the only thing that keeps mountains from sliding off. The mountains are all basically made of clay. When they get wet, you get massive mudslides, huge mudslides in California. What keeps the mudslides from wiping out entire towns is all of the greenery that they often actually have to sacrifice water to in order to keep it going, but it's a safety measure. It also keeps it from becoming so dry that things, especially with the Santa Ana winds, that you get huge fires. Santa Ana winds, for those of you who don't know, winds coming out of the east. Because they're coming right off the desert, they're very, very hot. It's a very bizarre feeling to be sitting in a cafe in California, and all of a sudden you get hit with a wind. But instead of feeling cooler as the wind hits you, you feel much warmer. It's like an air fryer. It's just the wind is hitting you, and it's heating. You're like, oh my God, the air is hotter now. That's the Santa Ana winds, and it causes fire. What we are being told is that this is a similar effect caused by the hurricane. We're going to show you this footage one more time. Let's see if there's audio for this. But you can see the winds. This is all hurricane force, well, not hurricane force winds, winds from the hurricane that have been driving this fire. And with invasive species of plants that are not as adapted to the temperature, have not been able to deal with drier conditions. They burn faster. It's been a huge problem. So you can see the winds.
Sailing back.
So now imagine a fire in those winds, but they're dry. It looks like they're not dry. It looks like those are rain clouds. That's actually smoke. So you're almost getting what you had in Dresden. Now in Dresden, when Dresden was firebombed, there was so much heat that it created its own weather condition. You had hurricane force winds inside the town because all that heat was pulling everything up. You're not likely, I don't think, I'm not an expert, but my understanding is you're not likely to get anything like that here. Any number of reasons. In part because you don't have buildings or anything to contain the heat. You don't have, Dresden was a huge major city. You don't have building codes don't permit those kinds of buildings here. So this isn't like a firestorm. A firestorm is where the heat is so hot it creates its own environment. But it is like a firestorm in the sense that you've got the hurricane force winds and fire. And that is a very, very bad combination. It's not technically a firestorm because that is a different thing, but much worse if that were to actually happen. I don't think you can get that here. But at any rate, you can see why if you've got a fire and these are hot winds that are blowing without the humidity, that's what's happening right now in Maui. We're going to show also again, this is footage from the water.
Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No.
And then lastly, and we've seen huge amounts of footage like this every hour. We are seeing more footage like this as major towns are hit. This is a car filled with people trying to get out of the area. They were overtaken. Again, these flames are moving so fast. Let's watch this one again.
We're trying, man. Hurry the fuck. Beat the horn, beat the horn. What the fuck, dude? Beat the horn, beat the horn. Yo, what the fuck? Hurry up. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Let's go. There's fire through there. Go. You just need to go, bro. Yeah, go. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. What the fuck? What is this? Yeah. Let's go! Yo. Damn, it's hot. Yo. Let's go, Dad. We're good. Motherfucker. Off-road. Quick. Yeah, we're good. Oh my god, dude. It's okay. Let's go. We're almost to the end of the mill. We're almost to the smokestack. What the fuck? Oh, we made it. We're gonna line on the road now.
So that is a car full of people attempting to get out from the fires. Again, the entire island at this point is has been ordered to be evacuated. 11,000 people have been successfully evacuated. 160,000, roughly 164,000, I think, is the what the census says is the population of the island. On top of anyone there, it's obviously a huge tourist spot. Airlines at this point are trying to coordinate how to get people out. I assume the smoke is going to be a serious problem with that. You know, I think it's just one of those things we're going to have to follow. An abortion issue. It's I think a big one we need to talk about. Ecuador had a presidential candidate assassinated, and Trump is making more threats, apparently in violation of a court order, and it looks like he's going to be back before a judge reasonably soon on that. And we're still expecting Georgia to come back at any time with another indictment. Twitter is being Twitter, so there is, of course, loads of things to talk about. But I think right now the fire is the biggie. We have more footage on our Discord, and footage keeps coming in, like I said, literally every hour. We're getting more footage like this. Oh, stand by, please. All right, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm hoping they have only 300 firemen on this island. They have 11,000 on the Big Island. We've been talking with people trying to figure out what it would take to put this fire out. What I'm hearing so far is no easy or practical way to do it, in part because of the geography, in part because they just don't have the manpower, and even if they did, getting them to the right places and getting them there with equipment, with water, with everything they need is really, really hard. So at this point, if there's a way to put this thing out other than it burning down the entire island, I'm unaware of what it is, and I don't want to say that that's what's going to happen. I don't know. We have gone beyond my expertise. We've been trying to talk to people to find out what is likely to happen, and I have not gotten any good answers. And I haven't heard anyone who said that there's any way to put this out short of letting it take the whole island. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not trying to, be dramatic for effect. I just don't see anything else, and I don't see anyone coming up with a plan or having any viable way of stopping this. So, and it suggests to me too. I mean, they've now ordered the entire island to be evacuated. That suggests to me they don't think they can stop it. So, I think that's what we're looking at. AF Kaplan, this could take the whole island. That's what I think we're looking at now. It probably, I would assume, I don't know much about how fires spread, but I assume there are going to be pockets that don't get hit, and the reason is it's just the vagaries of how the fire moves over uneven terrain, the wind, so on and so forth. If it sucks up all the resources and burns itself out before it gets to a patch, I assume there's going to be patches that are going to be completely unhit. But how big that is, I don't know. Is it possible it could burn out and leave 50% of the island completely fine? Yeah, I'm not an expert in this, but what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, and what I'm hearing from people is they don't know how to stop this, and that there's no expectation that they're going to be able to stop it. That suggests to me you're looking at a huge portion, if not all of the island, being burned. If anybody knows any better, hit me up. We'll talk. I would love to educate our audience with the best information they've got. I've been talking with people. I haven't gotten anything other than that. So, and I don't think anybody wants to say that for obvious reasons. I don't think anybody wants to give up hope. And if you're on the island, I mean, right now, if you're on the island, the only thing you have to worry about is getting out. That's it. That was the name of the, thank you, the north, south, east, west. That was the name of the western town. Who Dat Dragon, $2 in appreciation. Wish I could do more. As do I. Let me rephrase that. Not that I wish you could do more. I wish I could do more. All of us who do this to inform and make the world a better place as much as we can. And this is climate change. This is part of climate change. It's part of a lot of things. We talked about it. We'll talk about it some more. But we're all here to educate. And we appreciate you doing what you can. The $2 means a lot to me. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for our mods. Thank you for everyone who offers what support they can. It's yeah. Phrase it. Got to be a little careful. So thank you. All right. So, and as I said, we're going to do a downtime tonight. That's going to be on our sister channel. It's an informal show. We're going to have Commander Lance McMillan. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking also about the war in Ukraine, which I'm sorry to say, we're starting to see signs that it's just not going as well as we'd like. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk to Operator 𝐒𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸. We're going to have Lieutenant General I almost said Lance again. Ben Hodges is going to be on twice in 2 weeks, and we're going to talk to how you think about the rest of the world. You can't ignore the rest of the world. In the U.S., we can. In fact, in the U.S., we sometimes think it's a plus to ignore the rest of the world. We've been watching for a year, not for a year, but for the last 4 months, as fires have decimated huge swaths of Europe. And even me, part of me is just like, well, thank God, thank God we live in the U.S. We don't have to worry about that. Except we do. We haven't seen it yet. We're going to see it, and come winter, we may see it even more. This is just the beginning. This is Hawaii. It's just the beginning. And Hill, 5 gifts of In-Time Show. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. I'm going to get going. I'm going to let everyone have their... we try to keep these short. So I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to move on. And we will see you all tonight on our sister channel, Overtime. We're going to have a downtime. Myself, Lance McMillan. If you just want to see 2 guys shooting the shit about politics, culture, all that other stuff, it's a much more informal show. They're a lot of fun, but we're going to talk about Ukraine. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about a lot of other stuff. So I hope you'll join us for that tomorrow. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have on Operator 𝐒𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐸. He's in Bakhmut right now, so I can't guarantee we're going to be able to get him. It's been very hard to get him. We were unable to get him last time. I was on with the shills. They kind of had him briefly. And it was very hard to hear him. He doesn't have the same internet connection. He's in Bakhmut. It's one of the worst combat zones. So we are praying for him. We're hoping he's all right. And if safety allows, and if he's got the time, we're hoping we can talk with him tomorrow. But that's sort of where things stand. So thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you tonight on Overtime for Commander Lance McMillan and I just, shooting the shit about all of this stuff. And then tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, for our weekly Ukraine update. And we're also going to have to catch up on Supreme Court and Trump. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot to catch up on Trump in a short period of time. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for your support again. See you tonight.